Hello everyone and welcome. Season 7 is almost upon us, and in this video sponsored by EA, I wanted to take a look at an entire full game that I played as Wraith on the brand new map Olympus, and we're going to go through and provide some commentary and overall thought processes throughout the entire match. This will let you see the map in full, in its normal glory, what it'll be like to actually drop in on the map, to see the map from the sky, and what the rotations are like, what the map feels like to actually play on, just, you know, the whole 9 yards. So let's go ahead and get started. First off here, this initial drop into, I believe this is called Solar Array or Solar Station, something to that nature. This seems to be, in my opinion, a pretty strong drop location, in my opinion. It's pretty hard for enemy teams to rotate into you, and if they do, they have to go through numerous choke points to actually reach you. There's a really, really good amount of loot here. This is often the high quality loot zone, like with the blue beam. So more often than not, I'm finding that there's just good stuff here. There's not a lot of teams here. It's a pretty safe place to go. Maybe by me talking about all of this now already before it's even come out is going to perhaps change that for anyone that watches my videos, but that's okay. Just if you see me in the lobby, don't drop there. It's mine. Go away. But yeah, I mean, in this game, I really wanted to play as Horizon, but unfortunately one of my other teammates got to pick her first. So I figured, well, I might as well go for whatever is the best possible character that I can bring. So the answer to that is, of course, Wraith with an R99 and a Volt. We are going to be using the Battle Pass level 110 skin. So this is the R99 reactive that is going to be featured in the Season 7 Battle Pass. Basically, respawn starters at level 1 accounts, and I kind of sort of maybe found an option that I probably was not supposed to find, where I was able to join a playlist that instantly leveled my account by 50 levels, clearly for testing purposes, but I kind of did that about 15 times to level myself to level 500, get a bunch of loot ticks to basically let myself have some cosmetics, and then I got some Apex coins to buy the Battle Pass and level that up all the way, and then use the Battle Pass stuff. I don't know if that's entirely what they intended or wanted us to do, and they're probably going to be mad that I did it, but it happened, and it's out there. So we managed to get some pretty cool skins, at least make the Volt look cool, make the R9 look cool. So you'll see as we get more and more frags with that R9, you start to get that green glow coming off the sides. It looks really, really cool. But now, as we move into a little bit of downtime in the gameplay, I gotta say, this map is feeling really, really nice. Maybe not necessarily from a gameplay perspective, we can talk about that more a little bit later, but just from an aesthetic perspective, it just feels different, it feels new, while still clearly fitting within the Apex universe. It's really something quite nice. A nice, you know, afternoon, clear blue skies, like, I just feel like it's something that we haven't had in Apex since, like, the launch of King's Canyon, where we just have, like, a traditional, like, normal, like, middle of the day kind of locale, you know? Everything has been, like, orange and orange and orange and death and decay and destruction, and the arena is falling apart and blah, 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 and, like, this is just like, okay, no, like, it's 11 a.m., it's noon, it's a nice sunny day, it's a blue sky, clear air, clean, like, it's a nice, different aesthetic that I appreciate very, very much. Now, this rotation that I'm doing right here, we're going to be heading out of the solar array and heading into basically what I call, like, the Wraith portals, or, like, the center of the map. This is basically, the official name is Phase Gateway Central, as you're seeing on the screen here. And this is one of the places that I feel like is, I guess, like, the big crossroads and center point of the map. It is kind of literally the center for the most part. It's a little off, but close enough. But this is just where I feel like all the teams end up converging and eventually crossing through, and this is seeming to be like fight central, third-party central, just hold your own, find a building, and chill central, because everyone is coming through this entire section of the map, and it is always, always, always quite populated. It's actually interesting, a total separate point, that fence I just ran on. There's actually an invisible wall on that fence that pushed me off of it. I was trying to see if I could just run on top of it and if it would let me, but the game kind of gently pushed and forced me off of it. I guess trying to dissuade, you know, falling off the map and, you know, trying to limit that from happening. The inside of this building here, I missed the name as it popped up on the screen, but this is also a very, very hot spot on the map. I've seen a couple of previews saying that there's some other areas that are like kind of like the skull town of this map, or the most, you know, hot drops of this map, and I don't know. I really am feeling like this center of the map area, like this building, there is, if you see that those little outside of here, right to the northwest, these ramps going up, like right on top of there is another point of interest that is often very hotly contested, and a really good holding up point because you have such clear line of sight and you can snipe the heck out of teams all around you in like a 270-degree radius. It's like crazy because it's like right at this outcropping of a rock wall, and you have crazy amounts of visibility. Like this area up here, this research basin, is very, very hot as well. That entire area, this entire spread from north to south is just so important to hold and get a control of, in my opinion, and this is where a lot of fights are going to end up happening. But yeah, I hope that getting this view of the map, just this normal, mostly unedited kind of cut through and run through of everything, is helpful in you getting a feel for where stuff is at, what it feels like to move around the map, what the scale of the map might actually be, because I know there's been a lot of commentary and feedback on that when the map was first being shown in screenshots and things like that. People are like, oh, it looks tiny, it looks small, why is it like this? And other people are like, no, it looks huge, what do you mean? It looks gigantic. And just people could kind of not really agree on that whole dichotomy. So I hope that this gives you a really good sense of scale. And you can see as well how open a lot of the areas are, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I do feel like despite this map being a nice size, there are a lot of really open areas that make it super hard to traverse as a team without one of the Trident vehicles, because they're kind of designed to be really open spaces so the Tridents have room to operate. And then if you don't have one, it just feels way too open at some points. So this has kind of been one of my big frustrations with Olympus thus far, has been that, you know, like, there's some areas where it's really incredibly dense, and there are layers on layers on layers, and it's really complicated areas that feel fantastic for you to be as just a regular character. But then you have some other areas where it's just so gigantic and huge and open with no cover whatsoever that it's like, if you don't have a car or a Pathfinder to give you zip lines or something like that, it's like, what are you doing? So this is just going to be something that you have to learn as being part of the map. And I don't think it's necessarily a huge negative of it. You just kind of have to, you got to learn to deal with it, and eventually you will manage to do so. Unfortunately, here we did get knocked, but luckily we do have that gold res. We'll try to actually get that pulled off here in this corner. Kind of insane that no one has come to push me and just finish me off at this point. But we found ourselves a nice little angle, a nice little corner to tuck into, and it does manage to actually go off, which managed to save this entire game for me. So very, very pleased right at the very start in Solar Array I was able to get lucky on that gold res, because if I didn't get that, then we probably would not have had a chance to actually stay in this game. We probably would have wiped out right about at this moment. So thank you, RNG, for blessing me with that. I will say, though, that despite having like a good probably 12 hours, give or take, of playtime on this new map so far, I honestly have not had a fight in this particular region before right now in this moment. So this is like my first time really exploring this area and feeling out what the angles are like to actually fight through here, what the most powerful positions are, where enemies can rotate on me from. You know, like this was all completely brand new to me in this moment. And I feel like I handled it pretty well for having never actually fought here ever before. I'm really shocked that this Bangalore didn't take any damage from that arc grenade, but regardless, it didn't matter. They were so low anyways, it ended up just working out in my favor no matter what. Now, this Wraith ends up being a thorn in our side for a little while. I'm honestly shocked I didn't end up actually going down to her in this moment, but luckily, it's a 3v1. I can really take my time. I can slow heal here and just chill out, and everything is going to be a-okay for the team. Plus, there's this nice little high ground I can get. My Horizon was able to toss her ult out to completely block off that portal, so if the Wraith tried to come through a third time, then she would get stuck outside her own portal and wouldn't be able to get back to it easily, and should just be easy pickings for all three of us to open up a team shot on her. But here, Up to 6 kills. We're getting really close to the end of the game here. Only 4 squads left. One of them is just a single-player squad, most likely, which might be this person that was close to us, because I did definitely hear footsteps right off to our east, and I was pinging that and trying to make the team aware. But you know, as I like slice the pie here and try to check out this area, just can't really find anyone. I don't really know where they slinked off to. They might be in this building right here, just crouch walking and hiding. But I didn't really feel like pushing in and trying to like take a 1v1 and just find out where they are. It just seemed more prudent just to stick with the team, and you know, we'll fight them later. It's not really a huge deal. Just loot up, grab some stuff. I have infinite ammo basically, so you know, just take my time looting and get ready for the end of the game. I don't actually remember where this final circle ends up being. I didn't really review this gameplay before starting to record this video, so it's going to be as much of a surprise to me as it is to you all where we actually end up going here. I don't think I've even used my portal once this entire match, which is kind of funny to me, because whenever I play Wraith, it's just a problem I have. I guess it's like actually a problem I have with most any character that I play in games that have like ultimate abilities like Apex does, where I just get very stingy with the ultimate and I just never use it, and it's like a big problem, and I've just never been able to shake that mentality of like, but if I wait and hold on to it, I might need it later. But what if I need it later? What if I need it later? And then it's a 15 minutes later, and I still haven't used it. It's like, well, I could have used it 6 times over and it would have not even mattered. But looks like we're getting into our final fight area here. The crafting stuff, by the way, does still occur on this map. It still functions pretty similarly to what you are used to on both Kings Canyon and World's Edge. So that part is all really, really easy. Looks like that solo squad did end up wiping there, which is, or actually no, it was a duo squad that did end up wiping. So we have a full squad, a duo squad, and now we're just down to 1v1 here. And this ended up like just being like, I guess we're just ending up being the 4th party in this situation with a full team of 3 people that are all fully healed up. So, okay, maybe not the most exciting ending. Pretty anticlimactic, gotta say. But regardless, 7-kill gameplay. Got Wraith, double SMGs. Got to see a lot of the map there. Feels really, really nice. I hope you all had fun watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you again very, very soon. Take care.